Good morning, everyone. This is Gabriella, and today I would like to talk to you about baking and challah bread. The recipe I used to make challah bread is originally from my grandmother, and I'm going to show you a picture of my grandma. In the picture, you could see my grandma. This was one of the last times I seen her before she died. She was a wonderful, kind woman, and she taught me how to make challah bread. And I'm going to share that recipe with you today. Here you can see one version of a challah bread that I made. And this challah bread I made was with a twist that I added different ingredients to it to make it look a little bit more unique. This is how my challah bread looked like when it came out of the oven. And here you can see a slice of challah bread when it is all ready to eat. When you make challah bread, which is also called kalács, one of the important things is that you need a lot of time, and you need to make the challah bread rise 3 times. So the basic recipe is you use 1 kilogram of flour, 6 deciliter of warm milk, 1 egg plus 1 egg for the top of the challah bread, 5 spoonful of sugar, 1 and 1.5 spoonful of yeast, 2 spoonfuls of butter. The first spoonful of butter was used with the initial mix, and the second after the first rise of the second mix. So first you want to mix the yeast with the sugar together and a little bit of warm milk, and you want to let that sit and rise and for about 5 minutes. And when the yeast is ready, mix everything together and let it rise until it doubles for about 30 minutes. And then rework the challah bread dough again for the second time. Let it double again. The next step is going to be to divide the dough into 3 equal parts and make long strips from it, and then braid the 3 strips together. Here you can see an example of challah bread dough divided. I took this picture when I was making mini cinnamon challah breads. And you can make mini challah breads or big ones. If you make mini ones, then you make more divisions and more smaller pieces. If you make a few big ones, then you make less divisions. The main idea still is to divide to 3 pieces, as you can see here, and then braid the 3 pieces together. When you braid the 3 pieces together, this is something that you would get. As you could see, the challah breads right here. These are the mini cinnamon challah breads that I made. You can get creative and use more than 3 breads. In this example, I used 5 different breads for the mini cinnamon challah bread, and just play with it and created something unique and different. Here you can see an example just of a regularly braided challah bread. One important step is that when you put the 3 strips together and made the braid, in the end you kind of fold both ends a little bit under the challah bread, and you're not yet done because you still need to help the challah bread to rise one more time before you're going to put it in the oven. It is important to keep the dough warm but not too hot. So if your oven have a pre-warming for bread rising setting, that would work, or put multiple layers under the challah bread and above in a bowl to keep it rising. You want to preheat your oven for about 350 Fahrenheit and then bake the challah bread for between 30 to 45 minutes. It's kind of depending on your setting. The bottom of the challah bread needs to be light brown, but make sure it's not burned. Um, Before you put the challah bread in the oven, you can do multiple type of mixtures. In the top, you can just brush the challah bread with a little bit of milk, or you can mix milk and egg yolk together and brush it with that. Some people use butter, and then you can add different things on the top. You can add poppy seed, you can add sugar, whatever you feel like. Be creative. So I've been making challah breads for over 20 years. Um, you can, once you made a few times, you can make any kind of changes. One of the things that I have done is change sugar to honey, for example, and use different type of milks. Instead of regular milk, you can also use milk that is almond milk or macadamia nut. Whatever you like, it will work. And you can add the 3 twisted challah bread that I made. Then each of the 3 area was different. I used saffron and cocoa powder and just wanted to experiment. And then the one I made for last Christmas, I used cinnamon, and those turned out wonderful as well. I'm going to show you the little cinnamon ones, how they turned out. You can see here the little cinnamon challah breads as they turned out. They turned out and tasted wonderful. And actually, we had so many that we couldn't eat them all. And later, I cut them up and made French toast out of them. Here is the one that I was making multiple braids instead of just 3 braids. I made 5 in this one. I hope that you will enjoy challah bread making. And the base recipe I have in my writing platform or Medium, but I will also put it on this post so you can use it. And please let me know how it turned out, or if you have certain different ways that you make challah breads. It is one of my favorite treats to go to, and used to make it all the time around Christmas or special times like Easter or any other holidays when the family comes together. Challah bread is wonderful also after a few days. It is great in fresh, but then after a few days you can make French toast or just toast and add a little butter on it and jam, and it is a wonderful treat at any time. I hope you will enjoy challah bread making. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.